It's 5 o'clock somewhere, but right now, you rocking with Noonish.
I feel like I'm the last man standing. 4-5 sitting on my dresser like a bandit. Oh my, why you scared? There ain't no need to panic. I ain't on a wave that could sink the Titanic.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to this special episode, Frozen Out, Frozen Tundra, Dallas, Texas is the new South Pole edition of Noonish. Man, I'm your host, Jonathan Anderson. Yeah, J.A. coming at you. Got our special, awesome co-host, Jonas Bolo Grande Toro in the building, man. Blacked out. What's good? We in here, baby. Hey, I'm trying to avoid that blackout. That's what we started early today.
Lights
And
low.
got that boy MC, half man, half amazing, all fun.
Let's
Mark
get it.
Clay. And our special guest, co-host, the man, Pitchman, Bobby Livingston. What's good,
Hello.
Bobby?
What's up, my man?
Man, it's so good to have you on this week, bro. Let me go on and get these things right, man. Make you front and center right now, bro. Yeah, so you up in Big Lubbock getting it in these days, huh?
Yes, sir. Just freezing out here.
Yeah.
Pretty much about it, man.
Here, there, and everywhere. Crazy.
Yeah. So y'all used to snow up there though, right? Y'all get snow just about every year, huh?
No, out of here, honestly, dude, this is the most snow I've ever seen here, even growing up here as a kid. I've never seen this much snow in such a short amount of time.
So it's new to everybody, man. This is pretty wild, dog.
Yeah.
Man, me and Bobby go way back, bro. I think I've been knowing Bobby for about 25 years plus, you know? You remember when we met, Bobby? I met you in El Paso, dog.
What you do, hit a homer?
No, I think we actually met in between the games.
In El Paso, bro. It was a state tournament, dog.
Yeah, Mr. Jonathan was moonwalking and backflipping, and you know how all the good players kind of collaborate together, and we just kind of hit it off, man.
Yeah, hey, I went deeper in that tournament than we did. We thought we were good, you know. I should have been saving my energy from that moonwalking, and use it on the field. Yeah, bro. No, it's real good to have Bobby on, man. This man has been
here.
Coldest lefty, one of the coldest lefties I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Definitely in the top 3, top 2, possibly number 1, you know? You and Zach Duke, y'all like 1A and 1B, bro. Cold lefties I've seen, you know? But yeah, man. Bobby, he got to that league quick. You said you were drafted in the 4th round when out of high school, right?
Yeah, 4th round in 2001 out of high school to the Mariners. So, played with them for 4 years, went over to Cincinnati, bounced around a couple different teams, went overseas and played ended up playing for 14 years before I decided to retire.
Hey, where'd you go overseas and play?
I played in Taiwan for 2 years.
Taiwan.
And,
I love Taiwan.
You ever been over there?
I have.
Yeah.
I've ate good. The sashimi is amazing. But it was a great experience, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's totally different backwards baseball, but I loved it. I loved my time over there, but ended up having to come back to the States.
So we had Eric Hacker on a few weeks ago, and he played over in Korea, and he said that they just played for the joy of the game, doing bat flips and all kinds of stuff. Was Taiwan the same type of style over there?
It was backwards, man. You had a couple of guys probably in a lineup that can hit the ball deep, but for the most part, everything was just safe face. So if you got a few strikes instead of like trying to take deep, like they just didn't want to punch out.
Yeah.
So you only had literally 3 guys in a lineup that can hurt you. Unlike playing over here, where you got 1 through 9 that can hit the ball out of the park.
Man, you better not mess up. They all trying to eat.
Bro, the weirdest experience of that was going into the dugout and whoever was starting pitching, and never mind the humidity there, and everybody's chain smoking in a corner, just blowing smoke.
That's awesome.
You know?
Bro, what is going on in here?
Major League Baseball here, baby.
Yeah, that's the 70s in the Major Leagues, dog. Straight up, bro.
I'm over here trying to train right, and these guys are just chain smoking, throwing 7 innings. What the world is going on here?
bro.
Like, dog, we on the same team. Y'all trying to get me. Y'all trying to mess me up, man.
Hey, nothing blows my mind more like looking at old footage of ball games and in the NFL, like on the sideline, motherfuckers smoking. Like come out after a series.
Yep.
Hey,
Jerry curled up.
What's that?
That's
Jerry
how it
curled up.
was.
They know it's a hazard.
Right.
That's hilarious.
We used to see that old was it Bum Phillips down at New Orleans?
Yeah.
And he used to too, right?
Big game.
Chewing tobacco and spitting and
during the game, baby. No big deal.
all of it.
That's a question I had. Is it the football players ever dip?
Yes, absolutely. It's usually like the fat guy, the big guys, the fatties.
Yeah.
Nasty and stank, spitting.
Put a big child in their mouth.
We had I had a call last night with some of the boys from Oklahoma that played at OU, and Wes Sims was on. But I remember like he was one of our O-line, 6'6", 330 coming in. He was like a 5-star guy. Anyway, he was one of the ones. It was like two of him and Jamal Brown who chewed, or they would sneak one in during the game.
Wow.
Spit.
I couldn't imagine. I swallow all my spit, bro.
Yeah. I guess they got used to it.
Man, I can do it. Hey, I tried the first dip I ever took, bro, was I was 15 playing with the 16U Dallas Tigers, dog, and we went on a trip to Mississippi. And they was like, "Hey, Jay, take a dip." And I was like, "I don't know, man." Boy, hey, we went to like White Castle or something. Dog, I'm talking a good 15, 20 minutes, bro. Everything I ate was right back up, dog.
Easy.
Hey, and to this day, I can't dip, bro. I cannot dip.
Yeah,
I'm 8 for 8. I'm batting 1,000 on dipping, bro.
Yeah.
Batting 1,000. Every time I dip, I throw up. It's almost comical, dog. So I don't even try to mess with it anymore.
I'm with you.
Yeah, bro.
Bobby, you dip?
What's that?
You dip?
No, I had a few chews, man. I was actually talking about this yesterday. I had a few chews, but it'd always be like on a bullpen day or a day I was playing. I'd wrap my gum around in some Levi Garrett.
Yeah.
And that's about it. But I was too mental to like have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a big gum chewer on days I pitched. I had a horrible story like that too, because I used to hang around all the Tech football players when I was a little kid, because I only lived like a block away from the practice field. So I'd go hang out with all the kickers and punters. And I remember, I think it was Brad Cade or John Davis. It was when Byron Hanspard and Zach Thomas were there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hands, that's a Toto boy.
No, I take that back. It was Bam Morris, actually. That's
Bam Morris.
Yeah, Bam Morris.
Wow.
He still lives here now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man, I ain't heard that name in a minute, dog.
Yeah, he was a beast, dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, those guys were like, "Hey, man, throw in a little Copenhagen and run some routes." I was like, I think 10 or 11 years old. I was like, put a big old fatty in, and they're like, throwing me passes. So I threw up from Texas Tech all the way back to my house.
Yeah, bro.
Some job stuff to me, man. But it was all.
They knew they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, bro. Now, chew is a different story now. Like, I used to throw a chew in during the game, but right field and pitching are two completely different situations going on.
Yeah, I couldn't do either one of them.
No.
Yeah, bro. No, man. By the third inning, you're like, dang, what happened to 1 and 2? Yeah, bro. So, Bobby, you know what I'm saying? What was the wildest experience you had during the game on the bump, man? Here in the majors, dog.
It probably had to be probably in Atlanta, man. Honestly, July 15th, 2007.
Man, you remember the date?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I set a hit record for pitchers for Cincinnati. I went 4 for 4 at the plate, and then I think I threw 6 innings. We ended up, I think, killing. Griffey hit his 575th when I was on second.
Wow,
that's awesome.
So, swinging. So it was. Yeah, we were playing in Atlanta, so it was hot as balls there. And I literally just got called up the day before, and I started the next day.
Nice.
And it was just kind of surreal. But anyway, all the hitting, I was having to split first, And then I got on first. Scott Hatteberg was batting next, and they gave me the steal sign. So I stole, but I didn't peek in when I stole. So I went, dived first, hit first in the second, foul ball. Came back,
Oh,
came back to the bag. Next pitch, base hit into the gap. I was going first to third, but my legs, man, my legs were done. So I hit the
forgot you
bag
were
at second.
pitching.
Oh, dude, I hit the bag at second, and I knew like I wasn't gonna make it. So I just threw myself into the dirt. There's actually a photo online of me diving back to the bag where Egg Rennery is tagging me.
Yeah.
Anyway, ended up stopping myself from getting hosed at third, went back to second, dove in second, and then like 2 pitches later, Griffey hit his 575th. And I remember rounding third thinking like, dang, Griff just hit his 575th, second. This is so cool. And then we get to home plate. And I was
That's
just
dope,
like,
bro.
yeah, then I just get to home plate and it's like, get out, Griff. And then we just walk back to the dugout.
Oh, so how many pitchers have stolen bases?
I don't
Is
know,
that-
but I mean, I was running. I think I remember somebody telling me I was running like a 4. What did I run from home to first? I was running like a 4.2 or 4.3 to first.
Oh yeah, you was an
Which-
athlete now.
Yeah,
What?
which wasn't bad. I think as a pitcher. So I mean, I could run.
Bro, that's good as
Yeah.
a field a position player, bro.
What's really fast?
So like Ichiro, he was like
I think he
Ichiro
runs
was like
like
a 3.8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a 3.8, 3.7. But that's Ichiro.
I
Right,
take that
so
back.
he's only
I
a
might have been
few-
What was Dion?
I might have been running like a 4, maybe 4 or 4.5, maybe.
Yeah,
I remember correctly.
still, that's if you're in the mid fours to low fours, that's moving, bro. Coming out the box on a
Yeah.
full swing, that's solid, bro. Now Dion, I don't know. I do know that it took Deion Sanders 7 steps from bag to bag, bro, and that blew my mind.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
You remember Shaw Williams?
man, I don't.
He played at Andrews. We played him in the state championship. Shaw ended up playing with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, okay.
I'm shocked, Clayton. You probably know him, but yeah, Shaw played for a few years in the league as well. But they said that Dion was the only guy ever faster from first to third, other than Shaw Williams.
Wow.
And I think he's now either the strength or the running back coach in Oregon right now.
Okay.
Nice.
Little bitty dude, stocky, just flies, just flew. Like if I picked him off, I remember picking him off in the playoffs, and by the time my brother caught the ball and threw it, he was already in the bag. We just had no shot.
Jeez, yeah, that's flying, bro.
Yeah,
I'd love to race Dion, dog, just to see where he's at. You know, he's got that next man speed. You want to see. Hey, Mark, you played with Dion. Could you get him at that point? You think you could have gotten him?
Close.
Yeah?
He was still, I do not doubt one bit that he was probably still like every bit of high 4.3s at that point.
Yeah,
He probably was in like a tie. It's crazy.
Ed Reed and Dion, bro. Who you got?
And what?
Just
Period.
straight up, fast.
It's not time for versus yet, is it?
Speed?
Yeah.
Oh, speed is Dion.
Ed Reed just made it look good.
Ed Reed's a baller. He's an athlete.
Yeah,
But Dion, if you just talk about straight line, like let's line up and go, I'm going Dion.
Yeah,
for sure.
Dion is a man, bro. Dion was a man.
Yeah.
But so Bobby, that's one Griffey story, dog. Give me some more Griff, dog. Like, that's the next man in charge in the majors right now, basically. Assistant to the commissioner, right?
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing now. I saw that. I think I don't mean you were talking about it, but I think that's what he's doing, which is I think one of the greatest things baseball could do is give him an honor like that, because it's so deserved. Somebody that was humble and
plain guy, right?
Just did a lot for the game of baseball without
Yeah, man.
saying too much.
Yeah, bro.
But
no, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so I just remember that, and then I remember after I got my fourth hit in the game, going back in the dugout because Jeff Griffey was on the team done, and I remember Griffey coming up to me and be like, "Dang man, is it that easy to hit in the league?"
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know, man. You got 575 homers. You tell me. I'm just
they say
singles around over here.
Yeah, hey, they say it's a little easier because the pitchers actually throw strikes up there, man. Is that true? Is there any truth to that?
There is, but once you start whacking a couple balls, dude, like they don't do that anymore. So like Young Hung Kim, I think of the Japanese or the Asian reliever that pitched for the Diamondbacks of the World Series, the guy that threw low. I faced
Yeah.
him in Miami, and yeah, they were trying to cut me up. He'd probably give me one fastball, and everything else was off speed, change up. Try to hit off him.
You're like, dog, I'm a pitcher too, homie. Like, what's going on?
Yeah,
Give me a fastball,
Usually, if I got 3 ABs in a game, I got one hit. For the most
Wow,
part.
yeah. That's crazy, bro. That's
Wow.
That's not like I can only think of a couple pitch like Bumgarner can swing it a little bit.
Yeah.
I know my guy up at the Mets can swing it. Thor,
Yeah,
Syndergaard. Yeah.
Syndergaard can swing it.
Did you get any big league bombs when you was up there, bro?
No, I hit my hitting career. I hit everything but a homer. I hit a double, triple, single. I had no homers.
Hold up. Come here. I got my son. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but no, I didn't hit any bombs, man. Most of the time, especially if you had to say a guy on first base anyway, they were giving you a sack sign. So it was. I mean, the only time you really got to swing is if you had nobody on, or you had a guy on second base, say with like 2 outs or something like that. But if you had no outs, 1 out, with a guy on first or a guy on second, you sack him.
Man, that's nuts, bro. That's
Yeah.
nuts. So tell me what you got going on now, bro. But first of all, I don't think y'all understand. Let me go back just a second. Young Hung Kim used to throw like his knuckles straight to ground. He was a submarine guy, right?
Am
I thinking about the right guy?
Oh, you thinking? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, bro. That's first of all, that's like
crazy.
That's like somebody coming from a softball throwing plane,
Right.
almost,
with sink and cut, with sink and cut on it.
Just
No,
nasty.
but now,
Nasty.
he was good. No, but now, man, I just train my kids, spend a lot of time with my family, and that's pretty much about it, bro. Pitchman gloves, we're doing a bunch of stuff with that as far as like custom gloves. We do apparel stuff, but most of our apparel stuff is a lot of customs, just custom order stuff. I don't really stock anything. It's just kind of as people need it, we order it and get rid of it.
Is that the name of your baseball club too? Pitchman?
Yeah, so it's Pitchman Baseball, yes, sir.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah. So
When did you start that? When did you start that?
We started it back in 2015, but then it kind of just transitioned over to my baseball facility. So when I was doing a bunch of private training, I ended up starting a bunch of teams, and then just took this logo right here, put it on these sick New Era hats, and then I custom design all our jerseys and all that, send them to our guys. That's something that I thoroughly enjoy doing, is like designing all our jerseys. So I don't know if you get an opportunity to look at the stuff that we do, like it's all tackle twill, big league, 100% polyester. Because most days
big league on it.
Yeah, so Jonathan, you see most of the time now, like anywhere you go, everything's just subliminated. So you get like a t-shirt with Lubbock on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just kind of go above and beyond like what everybody else does, because it's that whole look good, play good.
Yes, sir.
I just remember being a little kid and what that, growing up in an area that wasn't very wealthy, playing with some people that were and had the means to do nicer stuff, and just kind of that feeling that gave me. So just being able to give that back to the younger generations, I just think is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a slick logo, man. I gotta catch me one of them hats you got on right there, dog.
Yeah. So
website, man.
Yeah, it's just a silhouette of me pitching, man, and then I just
nice.
incorporated the follow through, and then I'll get your address and send y'all some caps.
Yeah, man, that's ill right there, dog. Pitchman, what's the website, bro? So people can go on and start buying them joints up, man. Those are sick.
If you want to check out the website, it's BobbyLivingstonBaseball.com, and then we also have PitchmanApparel.com as well. And then on Facebook, it's at Bobby Livingston Baseball or at BLPB Performance.
Nice.
Then, of course, Pitchman Apparel as well. So if anybody needs anything, just hit us up via email or on the registry. And if you got a specific request, like, we can accommodate that.
Nice, man. That's dope, bro. Like the only pitchers I get along with, bro, are athletes, dog. I can't mess with those pitchers that just pitch them POs. Like,
I was the same way, man. I always usually roomed with when the minor leagues. I always usually roomed with outfielders or catchers. I never really roomed with other POs.
yeah, he's the wild boy, dog. I was so hyped the first time I saw you up in Seattle, dog. First time I saw you on the bump. Man, how long did it take you to get there? You got there quick, didn't you, to the show?
Yeah, 4 years. I mean, I was
Yeah,
a
bro.
top prospect in the organization, and I flew through pretty quick. I think it probably would have been a little bit faster now because I mean, I was like pushing 200 innings every year in the minor leagues before I finally got a
Yeah,
bump.
yeah, that's
But
crazy.
yeah, just the game has changed a lot,
Yeah,
which we can get down. You know, when we get to that topic, I kind of disclose like what I think is gone, and just with a bunch of other guys that are in the game and that I still talk to as far as where the game's going. You know, the good
yeah.
and bad, and all of that stuff as well.
Right on, man. Well, yeah, man. Y'all go check out Pitchman. Y'all go check out Bobby Livingston Baseball. Order some of those caps, bro. We need to
Yeah,
get a
for
ton
sure.
of them ordered because, man, it's a ton of guys that think they can pitch, but they definitely feel better about themselves with that hat on, walking around in
Well,
public.
well, nothing. Yeah, the reason we came up with this is because pitchers never really had an identity, man. Like it's just
Yeah.
everything's about dropping bombs. But like this,
Hmm.
if you're right-handed, we can swap the logo. So like on our custom gloves, we can swap
Yeah.
the logo on it to where you got a right-handed follow through instead of a lefty.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so we can
Nice.
pretty much do anything and everything, but it just kind of gives the pitcher an identity as because I just think a lot of the guys are kind of overlooked a lot.
Yeah, bro. They don't say the ladies like the dudes that drop hooks. They say the ladies like the dudes that drop bombs, baby.
Yeah,
But you can do both of them, so I know you're not offended.
no, 100%.
Right on, man. So, see, I don't know if you've seen the show, but Noonish, we are sports and tech focused. So we like to talk about different current events going on in sports and technology and just anything really popular going on. So, shoot, we can go ahead and jump into it if y'all want to. Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Rock and
Right
roll.
on.
Go.
We're gonna kick it off with the NBA, man, and we're gonna keep it close to home with old Luka Doncic, man, and the Mavericks. But the Mavericks haven't had their hottest season so far, but they starting to heat up a little bit, man, coming together as a team. But that boy Luka is definitely playing his part in that MVP watch, man. He's got right now averaging 29.1 points a game and 9.1 assists. That's almost a double-double, bro. That's pretty hard to do, right?
Yeah,
Third year in the league, they calling him Young Bron right now.
young Bronny.
Young Bronny. Bobby, you had a chance to check out Luka?
I mean, I've started watching him a little bit. I'm not big into basketball, but I started watching him when he was still overseas, and I was just thinking that guy's ridiculous. But yeah, that guy can ball, man.
Yeah,
I don't know
man.
about calling him a little LeBron, but he's definitely good.
Yeah, from a production standpoint, not
Production
athleticism.
standpoint, he is on par, my brother.
Oh,
And
he is.
Yeah.
from the trajectory, give it a few years. I don't know about rings, but I do know about the stats. He gonna fill it up.
Yeah.
Like he gonna fill
Oh,
it
yeah.
up. It's ridiculous.
Luka's
agree
what,
with you on
21
the
years
stats.
old? He's only
Uh,
21 right now?
He just turned. Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah,
that
he
dude's
just
that
turned
young.
He's very
Yeah.
good.
He's a baby, bro.
Wow.
That's the baby face killer right there, dog.
That's crazy.
He almost got him one the other day, too. Just barely missed it. It didn't go down.
Yeah.
Playing against Portland, wasn't it?
Yep. Very. Yeah. In and out. But I mean, I love Luka. I think, and so with the Mavericks, like I haven't been to a lot of games, but Luka being here, I've actually been to 2. And so it's like the go to game volume is going up, but he's exciting, bro. Like he's exciting to watch. He's producing. I mean, obviously they've struggled. I don't know what that looks like turning around, but dude, Luka's is the dude.
Yeah, and when you look at him, man, like he doesn't have just that athleticism that just jumps off the paper. Or you just like he doesn't, he's not coming through with the between the legs dunks or nothing like that, man. He might barely just hit a one-handed dunk during the game.
Yeah,
right? But bro,
very
like the things that he does, he's a wild player, bro. Like he's a magician with the ball. It's kind of like his passing skills, and he's the type of guy. This is where he's very, very similar to LeBron. His IQ, and he sees things before they happen. Right? He recognizes the defense and makes plays happen. Like, and people are already in motion. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, but man,
always under control. I think he's definitely down that line of more, the LeBron or the Magics, the guys that Chris Paul, like that are great facilitators, but he's 6'8" and he can hit the 3 ball better than all of them. And so, it's cool. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's an advantage to have a 6'8" point guard.
Does he win the MVP
this year?
Yep.
Man, it's a good chance. If the Mavericks can creep up into like the 4th or 5th spot, I think he's got a great chance at it. Right now, they're in 10. No, he's not going to do it from there. But from a production standpoint, he's doing more than anybody else. He's scoring more than Harden. I think Harden's averaging like 11 assists right now up in Brooklyn.
League in assists.
Curry's actually second to Bradley Beal in points right now. Bradley Beal's averaging 33.2 points a game.
Bradley Beal's
every time he scores 50, they lose though. So how valuable is that? You know, like, he just might be shooting too much.
Well, it's not because he's not contributing. He's doing his part.
Right.
Well, they were saying that the big three of Brooklyn, they've only played, I think, 7 of the 14 games together.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something about that the other day. I was thinking like, golly.
Yeah, bro, and they're good right now. They're gonna get better and better. I mean, you think that, man, that they got that mental side that's the only part that might hold those guys back is that mental side. And Kyrie, you never know what he's gonna do. I know the other day he said straight up, James Harden, you're the 2 guard. Like I read the article backwards. I thought James told Kyrie he was the point guard. I was like, duh. But then I was like, no, it says Kyrie says James is the point guard, and he's taking the 2 guard role. So I don't know if he's doing that out of like the betterment of the team, or if he's just like, man, I'm gonna sit back and let this fool do everything because he's hogging the ball. You know what I mean? So I don't. Kyrie's a little different character, man.
He is.
I love Kyrie at the same time.
That's gonna be a handful. It's hard for me to say somebody's gonna beat them in 7 though. Together.
Yeah, you're right. If they're playing together. If they're playing, you saw how Kyrie turned his back on LeBron. Now he's got 2 guys better than him on the team. Like, come on, what are we gonna do, Kyrie? You know?
I mean, if one guy can't hold, I'm sure 2 can hold him down.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think that. I think apart from Kyrie's, emotional antics over the years, I feel like this is a little different vibe, and it's almost like the spoiled kid got what he wanted for Christmas, or his birthday, whatever. Like he got what he wanted, and I think he's like, okay.
Well, he said he wanted to be the man, and now he's got 2 of the man in front of him. So it's like,
hey,
well,
he's
not like Bron's style or what?
Huh?
You think he just didn't like Bron's style of being a player coach or what?
Yeah, I don't know what the situation was there. The beef was there. I mean, he was still proving himself, had something to prove. But now that he's arrived in the ring, ringland, I feel like he sees it a little bit differently, and so he may say one thing, but at the end of the day, he still wants to win rings.
Yeah, man. And then we can't forget about Steph Curry, bro. He's averaging 30.2 out in Golden State, and let me tell you,
man,
he doesn't have much around him right now. I think Draymond Green's averaging 5 points.
Oh,
Draymond, big mouth Draymond.
Bro,
that's tough.
Kelly was great. He was supposed to be the bad guy.
What'd you say?
What'd you say, Bobby?
I said 5 points. That's good.
Of all that, he averaging 5 points and 1.5 technical fouls a game right now.
Hey, that's more than me.
This is off subject, but Shaquille O'Neal is still my favorite player.
Bro.
Shaq Diesel.
Hey, I was talking about Shaq. I was talking about Shaq that dunk in Phoenix when he made the goal just lay down.
Like,
he made the whole goal. He made it lay it down, bro.
Like a transformer.
Backboard. Yeah, he didn't break the rim.
I hit him up on Twitter. He probably never even read it, but I hit him up on Twitter just telling him like this white kid from middle of Texas was like, he was my favorite player growing up when he was with Orlando. It didn't matter where he went. Like I didn't even care about basketball. I was like, I'm just a Shaq fan.
Yeah, dog. Shazam going hard, bro.
No, speaking of, hey Bobby, did you play basketball or football or any other?
Yeah, I played multiple sports. Yeah, so I played football, basketball, I quit playing basketball when I was a junior in high school because I knew like I was going to get drafted. So I ended
Yeah.
up not playing. But when I played at Dunbar junior high, I think I averaged like 15 or 17 points a game.
Okay.
Hey,
And I
Bobby's a
was
straight
center. So I
athlete,
was like one of the tall, lanky white kids on the team. So
Right.
dog.
yeah, I
How,
played some
how tall are you
basketball.
now, Bobby?
6'3", 230, man.
Yeah, bro. Hey,
Little guy, huh?
Bobby
Yeah.
wasn't your
I
typical
was skinny. He remembers I was a skinny old kid, man. I was tall, but I was skinny.
Yeah.
always had that
Real,
height.
like gangly, real gangly.
30?
Yeah.
All legs. All legs, dog.
Not anymore though.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby was not missing leg day back in the day, dog. Tell you that. All right. So, hey, y'all had a chance to check out this rookie right here, man. You know, this is the guy.
Hello.
Melo is going in right now. I wonder how his brother feels. Both of his brothers, you know, because he's the best one. And this kid,
Yeah.
hey, since he's been starting Charlotte, the Charlotte Hornets have been a completely different team, bro. Completely different team.
Yep.
If y'all
Still
haven't
under
had,
500, but
yeah, but they're getting there, right? Hey, their last 10 games are 6-4. So I mean, he started what? He started his first game after game 20, I believe, right? And coming off the bench, bro, like he was doing his thing, man. And you know, since you know he's leading the league for all rookies in scoring, assists, rebounds, and steals. I mean, that's all Jordan categories right there, minus the rebounds, right?
Right.
That's every major category, dog.
Yeah, he's been impressive. And so for him to I mean, obviously coming in and the level of play goes to, you know, kind of when you look at guys now out of high school, like in the options that they have, go play professional overseas or somewhere else, or go to college.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I mean, Luka too. Luka was one of, he's been in the professionally since he was what, 14, 13, something crazy. But just the level of skill that you develop playing professionally in another country. And I mean, I've heard it said that there's a higher level of skill and IQ that actually happens in Europe than it does here, which for a run, I think San Antonio Spurs, who we probably wouldn't even talk about like in the future in regards to how dominant they was.
Yeah.
But that team was ridiculous with guys who had crazy IQ, very skilled, very confident. TP, like
yeah, bro,
crazy. And so I'm like, dang, this is dope. Like here he is, 19-year-old kid, killing.
Hey, the first kid to come out of high school, just a fun fact, right, and start this whole trend was a Grace Preppy, man. Grace Preppy on Emmanuel Moutier. Yeah, dog. That's my guy, man. I saw him win state championship as a fish, bro, as a freshman in high school. And Texas got some ballers down here. It's hard to win state at any level in Texas at basketball. So, you know, they had Isaiah Austin, the kid out of Baylor that had Marfan syndrome. They had another kid named Jamal Branch that went to A&M and St. John. So they were stacked at the ball, man.
It was the kid that went to Duke, Trey.
Yep. And so they have some ballers over there. But man. Back to your point, bro. LaMelo, bro, he got a lot of great experience over there across seas in Russia. And came back, man. I've been watching him ever since, bro. Like since his not Leangelo, that's the second brother, right?
Lonzo. Yeah.
Since Lonzo got drafted. And I mean, bro, LaMelo is the truth. And I was excited to watch him come in, and he has not disappointed me at all, bro. Like,
so you're a believer.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. His ball skills are ridiculous, dog.
Now we said that Khabib was over there fighting bears to get ready for his MMA stuff. You think they got Melo over there playing basketball against bears?
No,
you think a bear can dunk?
I believe.
Hey,
some of the things are like 7 feet tall, man.
Hey, have you ever tried to cross over a bear, bro?
He probably can't. He probably got that bear reach. Yeah, bro. You get slapped by one of them, that's a foul. You ain't getting up, dog. Straight flagrant 1 inch.
You take a bear elbow, you're hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So right now, you know, we're talking about other Hey, what's going on in the league right now, man? Who is number one in the league? These are the top five on the East and the West. We got Dallas sitting at 10 over in the West. I know they're going to make a run towards that second half after the All-Star break as they continue to gel with all these new players. But, man, who do y'all feel is the most exciting and the best team in the NBA right now?
Woo, the best team in the NBA right now. It's hard to say between, I still I like Utah, Lake. They're going to be there, and then Brooklyn. I've been disappointed in Milwaukee.
Man, that's one of those teams. It's like they're a regular season team.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah. Anyways, but I think it's hard for me to go away from Brooklyn.
Hey, no offense, Bobby, but
Phoenix, a good Phoenix team, huh?
No offense, Bobby, but Milwaukee's like the Seattle Mariners back in the day, dog, when they had Edgar Martinez, Jay Buhner, and Ken Griffey, and they won like 100 and I don't know how many games in the season, but come playoff time, they couldn't get over that hump.
Couldn't get it.
Yeah, it was 100. That was the year I got drafted. It was 116 games, and they lost the first round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah, bro, that's Milwaukee right there. They might go second, third round, but hey, they not gonna win the finals, dog. I don't know what it is.
No.
Man,
I agree with Clayton. I think it's going to be hard to look past Brooklyn, man, especially if you get those three guys playing together.
Man, just the game last night, bro. I watched it, and it was exciting to watch. It was fun to watch because Phoenix sneaky good, by the way.
Yeah.
Chris Paul is a dude. He's a dude. And
Book.
Then Book, right. Booker is a phenom, but Chris Paul is the glue. Like, having that dude, he's like the engine and a horse, like a high power engine that makes any team go and function. What you got? Engine.
You got the engine.
Yeah.
Going nowhere without that engine.
Oh yeah. Wherever he goes, that team is leveling up immediately.
Yeah.
His IQ and his understanding of the game, and then he knows how to put guys in the best position to be great.
Manipulate defenses, man.
Oh man, he's so good. Anyways, so that game was awesome. I mean, Brooklyn was down 24, and so if you look at the playoffs and you look at benches, who's the supporting cast, and man, they went on a tear, bro, from the beyond the arc. They hit, I want to say 19 3 or 20 plus threes, but 19 after they were down 24. They went off and came back and ended up winning the game. Of course, Harden hit a couple big threes down the stretch, put them up, and then finished it. But man, it was to see that supporting cast that they have with Harden, no Kyrie, no KD, and to come back and win a game like that, that was big time, bro. That was big time. And so it's hard for me to say that Brooklyn is not the leader at this point for me in regards to winning the championship.
Yeah, man. So we're back live here on Noonish, man. We had the Texas blackout hit us, man. It is real. The Snowmageddon, as my boy Jonas Bull calls it, right? But
Mark came up with that.
You came up with the Snowmageddon?
Snowmageddon? Yeah. No, I seen it somewhere, so I like that. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, you brought it to us, so you came up with it, as far as I know.
It's not the first one that comes up with it. It's first to market.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. Mark first to market.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, man. So we're gonna move on past the NBA, man. As you see, it's a lot of it's fun to watch. It's a lot of parity in the NBA, and that's what the people want. That's what the people like. Mark said Phoenix has got a good squad, I think, man. Portland, and it's a lot of good teams balling right now. But moving on, man, we're gonna move on to the MLB. I know, Bobby, I'm sure you got quite some insight on this subject here, man. And what the heck is going on with these contracts in the MLB, man? They're just not treating free agents like they used to, right?
No, that's what we kind of stated on. That's what we kind of were touching on prior to the power outage. But yeah, I just think what we had discussed as far as just kind of where everybody's moving as far as the analytical part and being paid off of what they're projecting you to do as you get older, opposed to locking these guys into contracts and then say the last 3-4 years of the contract they don't produce, and then just spending millions for a dead player pretty much.
Yeah, Pujols is a good example of that, right? He got paid for Whew, was it that 10-year, like $400 million deal he got back in the day, or $300 million, however much it was?
Yeah, but you kind of, the way I've always looked at it is like, people are paying to come see those players. They're not,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're spending money at the stadiums, buying those $10 beers, spending hundreds of dollars for those uniforms.
yep, yep.
And if you don't think they're making more than double what they're paying or triple what they're paying those guys, you got to be out of your mind. That's just not.
Oh
That's
yeah,
just not, especially for guys like Griffey and Pujols and all these
yeah,
Hall of Famers. So
oh
I
yeah,
think the players union does a good job of protecting the players. I think Major League Baseball has the best union in the whole world.
yeah,
So I think from that standpoint, I think they're well taken care of. But yeah, I just think the analytic part of trying to project, something out in the ether from a monetary purpose is just kind of asinine to me. But
yeah.
that's my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. But it's just crazy. Like, the free agent spending is the lowest it's been since 2009, and it's less than half of what it was last year, right?
Well,
And
I
like,
think too, COVID has something to do with that. I mean, anytime you have
oh
a
yeah,
market setback, just like in 2008, all of Major League Baseball restructured itself after the market crash in 2008, and then you'll see it again, with this going on as far as COVID. When you have a decrease in revenue, then you're going to probably have a huge decrease in, monetary spending just from, a lack of funds.
yeah.
And from
And
a
does that
business
have a
standpoint,
lot to
that's just not very. I just don't think that'd be very smart as well.
does that have a lot to do with the major leagues not being a worldwide attracted sport like soccer or basketball? Because Messi just signed a 4-year, $672 million deal, bro. And
Well,
he's making 118 million a year, and that's just in comparison. This offseason, Trevor Bauer signed that 3-year, $102 million deal, and every year it's a player. He has a player option to leave every year,
yeah.
right? So,
I
that's
mean,
not nearly.
I think it. I mean, baseball's America's pastime. So I don't know. I mean, I think you go to Japan, the Asian countries, but once you get to Europe, there's not a whole lot of baseball stuff.
Yeah,
So I mean,
yeah.
I know that they're trying to grow it just like they're trying to do with football, but I mean, you're trying to compete with soccer over there, which is just never going to happen.
Oh
So
yeah, oh
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I just don't think it'll ever get to that standpoint. But I'm sorry if you can't function off of 3 years, $102 million. That's a problem.
There's something wrong with you, man.
Yeah, you
But I
got
mean, look,
bad
like
business
even
people around you.
yeah, but I mean, Mike Trout, just 2019, and Mike Trout, my guy Garrett Cole, and Strasburg, they've got these long-term, massive contracts. 426 million with Mike Trout,
Right.
326 million with Garrett Cole, and then 275 million with Strasburg. I know Strasburg's is 7 years, but still, that's almost double the amount. That is more than double than the 3 years that they signed Trevor Bauer for. Is that, I guess that goes along with that commitment you were talking about, and not banking on those guys in the later years of the contracts, right?
Well, that and I think Garrett Cole is a different. Garrett Cole and I think Strasburg are more power pitchers than they are like Trevor Bauer. I mean, Trevor Bauer's bounced around a few teams. Garrett, I think, has been with 3 teams.
Yeah, but he's been great at every
Strasburg,
last one of them, man.
yeah, I just think they're in a different genre than Trevor Bauer is. Trevor Bauer's a low 90s guy, maybe running up to 94, 95 now. But I mean,
Yeah,
Strasburg and Cole are high 90s guys.
yeah,
I just think the
big
market
boys.
they're just in a different, I think, market genre than those 2 guys are, which I think is fair. And 3 years, 102 million, and maybe if get some of that money deferred like Darryl Strawberry. Y'all know his deal?
No,
I'm sorry,
no, I
Isn't
don't.
it paid
not
to
Darryl
today?
Strawberry,
No.
Bobby Bonilla.
Bobby
He
Bonilla?
deferred all that money.
Yeah,
Gets paid $1 million every day. I mean, every year.
Yep, Bobby
Yeah,
Bonilla
Every
Day,
year.
man.
with interest on
Yeah,
that.
bro.
But I
Mm.
Yeah,
mean,
that's
you'll get
crazy.
some of that. You'll get some of that money deferred on the back end, I think, in some of these contracts where you can free up. But I just don't. I mean, the way the analytic part is evaluating players is just, I just think, is just lunacy. I mean, that even goes into the scouting world of like how they're trying to, evaluate players.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's just you can have substitute a player's what they can do on the field for the grit and, what type of will they have as far as like, if they do something and then wanting to go make a play. You can't substitute that type of you can't put a number on somebody's grit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Right.
that's what we were talking about with Matt Kemp a couple weeks ago, man. Like there's the analytics and then there's the human element that you can't account for in these numbers, right?
100%.
So, and that
one of the things
a
that
lot
you
of
see
these.
happen. Sorry, man. it's
I'm listening to
the
you.
Zoom life. One of the things that you see happen with when you start applying analytics to people, especially, when you're looking at things, at these super specific attributes, like if you're only looking at batting average, you're only looking at RBI, you miss, like you apply that label to somebody, or you apply that number to somebody, and then that instantly becomes their max. Like they just mentally become unable to break that, what should have been
You're
maybe
saying
an
there's
average.
you like create this psychological wall.
Yeah, there's exceptions to that, but like it tends to, when you put a number on somebody, they tend to say, okay, well, that's the expectation. That's what I'm going to do. So I mean, I definitely think you're right in the sense that putting those, injudiciously using those analytics it overlooks the grit, it overlooks the heart, it overlooks the fact that people can rise to occasions and do things that are way beyond what their numbers say they're capable of doing,
Or crumble.
or vice versa. They can be in a situation like we saw a couple of weeks ago, where on paper a team that should be able to do amazing stuff just can't make it work because it just didn't gel.
Talking about those Kansas City Chiefs, huh?
I mean, I didn't put any names out there, but
that 500 million.
But if the analytics fit,
that's definitely based off projection, dog. And he's worth it to me. Still, even with that loss, I think there's going to be a lot of growth that comes, right? Whether it's the team getting better or him going back to the drawing board and figuring out ways that he can get better. I don't really know how Pat Mahomes could get any better at this point, right? He played a heck of a game. That's that Tech boy we brought up a little while ago, Bobby. But yeah, man, Pat Mahomes, he played a heck of a game. But in baseball, it's a little different, man. Because there are some.
I don't think enough credit was given to Tampa Bay, just how well they did it. I mean, good job shutting down one of the best offense in the NFL. I mean, those guys, you watch that game, that secondary, they had nothing in that secondary.
Yeah.
So any adjustments they made, I mean, you got to give kudos to what Tampa Bay did to them. I know this is kind of off topic, but Kansas City had nothing always on secondary, man.
Yeah, man. That defense was playing as one unit, bro. And it's hard to be the defense that's moving and grooving and communicating like that, dog.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, it's not hard to get after a quarterback who has 3 missing O-linemen.
Yeah, that's true too.
And
very true. Very true. That's the easiest game.
That makes the defense look amazing.
No, you're right about that.
That's the easiest game of Red Rover those guys will ever play, bro. Like, come on now. They got the 3 big kids not on the school line right now,
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. Like just even going back to that free agent conversation, bro. It's some like very good free agents out there right now, man. Starting with I got Matt Kemp and then Jackie Bradley Jr., man, Mitch Moreland, Kenshu Chu. Going to that pitching side, we got Cole Hamels and Rick Porcello, and man, it's just some big names. Yasiel Puig is still out there as a free agent, man, and it's all in effect from these analytics and things like that. And actually, these teams just are not wanting to spend that money right now, bro. Right? Maybe due to the whole COVID situation, but that's been a trend that's been going on for a while now. It's been going on for a while, right? I remember seeing what's my guy played with the Phillies back in the day, the big tall dude, bro, hit bombs. Jason Worth, bro. I saw him hit the men's league bomb. I was like, why is he in the men's league right now? You know what I'm saying? And then even my guy from Baltimore signing with Japan this year, right? Adam Jones. He's signed a 3-year contract in Japan, man. That's just insane to me, right? These guys have earned at that point. They've earned that check, man. That's why guys playing the big, so they can get past that 3-4 year that time they got to put in, so they can earn that big money. And now majors are like, nah, we're just gonna stay young. You know, it's kind of wild, bro. It's like, what is the incentive at this point?
I think that's the owner's way of suppressing contracts, is doing this type of stuff right here with these guys. So you do that, you push the big money guys out, you pay them whatever they'll take. If they don't take it, you just move on with the younger generation. I literally think that's the only way that they can suppress doing what they're doing, which I just think is just insane. But
yeah, they tried to do 94 and straight on strike.
It's the equivalent to the job cuts that's been happening in response to like COVID and companies trying to, increase that bottom line.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, top line, but yeah.
Yeah. Even the companies that don't need it, they're still just using that as a leverage point, right?
Yep. You got to show 100%. Growth. They got to show growth.
Yep, straight up. So, yeah, man, that's a topic that a lot of people are going to be talking about, man. I'm curious to see what the players are going to come and do with the union and whatnot, and see if they copycat what the 94 players did and go on strike, because as a free agent, bro, this is not attractive to me at any point whatsoever. I have no security in knowing, if I put in 5 good years, if I'm gonna get a contract offered or not, man. Like that's not what we do these things for. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. I think too. I think before long, I don't know what's going to happen in the next bargaining agreement, but I'd be shocked if there wasn't a strike by the players, honestly.
Wow. Yep.
With this stuff going on.
When is it up?
I think they just renewed it 2 years ago, maybe. So I think it's every 5 years.
Okay.
4 or 5 years, I think it is.
So I'm just,
you're just not. And some of the guys that I've talked to too, there's a lot of guys that aren't just kind of happy with kind of what the owners are doing pertaining to contract suppression.
Yeah, it's an insult, man.
Yeah, the good thing is the union. Definitely. As a major league player, the union you're taken care of, so you're gonna get paid regardless. So it's there's no reason as a player to give in when you just don't have to. People are paying the money to see you, not the owners. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So.
Yep.
I've seen some of those owners. I don't want to watch them play.
No, bro. For sure, man.
But honestly, dude, it's really like it's crazy. Like seeing some of the Atlantic League stuff. So like you saw how the Major League Baseball kind of adopted the Atlantic League, right? So the Atlantic League, I went and played over there before I went to Asia for half a summer, and dude, it's crazy. It's like they have this league. It's filled with ex-MLB players, ex-top level players, trying to get back into professional baseball, and the owners nickel and dime you while they're making bukus of money on the back end, and then they're trying to they're trying to wipe out $200 off of your contract. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like if the players would understand organization, as far as like, look, we're the ones that bring the money in and collaborate together to where it's just like, look, pay us accordingly or pay us, a fair, decent salary. You'd be able to, have more value, add more value to yourself, opposed to just taking the status quo and then everybody just being like, oh, we're just going to take whatever, just going to play. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I just thought that was crazy going around seeing the Atlantic League, and I'm just sitting here thinking like, man, these guys got these multi-million-dollar stadiums here. They're making bukus of money off these guys and paying them dirt, where they can't even literally, they're spending money to try to get back into the game of baseball, and they're just it's crazy.
Yeah, and then the majors end up using it as like another minor league team, man. But it's another minor league, really, and not have to pay them. But it's kind of wild, man, to see it all going on. Mark, I know, man. Sorry for the blackout, man. Blackout Texas got us, bro, and you got other time. What's the word I'm looking for right now?
You got possibilities.
you got things to do.
Yeah,
Right. So
gotta get baby doing, man.
yeah, man. Well, hey, you be safe out in those streets, bro. And we're gonna let Jonas lead us in this tech talk session, man. And appreciate you coming on and coming back on with us, bro, and finishing out this portion of the baseball section.
Absolutely.
But man, safe travels.
It was a pleasure, bro. It was a pleasure. Appreciate you coming on, man. Spend some time with us. All right, brothers. Love you, boys. And I'll I'll catch y'all.
Hope to see you live again.
Yep. Love you. Be safe.
I'm rolling slow.
Yeah. Right on, man. Right on. But yeah, man, it's I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, man. And I hope the players do go on strike because that's just not right what's going on with these free agent guys that have deserved these contracts or whatnot, man. But
I agree with you.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, man. Like I said, we are sports and technology. And Jonas, man, what's up, bro? What we got in this tech news this week, baby?
Well, we'll keep it a little bit short since we went so crazy. But there's a couple of interesting things going on. One is our today in history. I guess it's actually yesterday. Was the first in 1978. Oddly enough, after a major winter storm, some guys in Chicago put up the first computer BBS that was actually named CBBS.
Please explain, Lucy. Please explain. What does that mean?
See, that shows my age versus your age because I actually dialed into those things way back. Yeah. So back in, I guess, about 68, 69, what they had the Arpanet, which a lot of people have heard of that as being the original internet, and that's true. But the way that we use the internet now, in terms of like social media and web pages and stuff like that, did not originate with Arpanet. That was more like that old school command line stuff where people were typing letters and stuff back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So what became more like what we're used to seeing now with sort of social interactions, and you could post something and you could put a file up there. That started with the BBS thing that happened in the late 70s and on through the 80s for a pretty good while. Nice. And so these guys, so that's sort of the importance of this in terms of the history of the internet, is we would not have, or we may not have, the same formats of things. We may not see things the same way and think about the interactions the same way, except for these couple of dudes that were locked in Chicago because of a winter storm.
Hey, what's going to come out of this winter storm, Jonas?
Right. Yeah. So what's a couple of guys in a basement doing today that's going to be changing the world 10 or 20 years from now?
Yeah, man, that's nuts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah,
pretty crazy. So yeah, that's something to if you want to look into what the timeline of the internet is. It goes back to like the 60s and 70s.
Bro, when I hear people talking about, and I heard you mentioned it, like internet in like the 80s, right? Like that stuff there is just like crazy to me, right? Because I know AOL was the first thing I knew about, and chat rooms and stuff, right?
Well, and that's true. That's what CompuServe was actually the first, one of the first real dial-up internet organizations, and that was a big deal back in the days. That was when you'd have like this big honking Hayes modem that would sit on or under your table or something, had all these blinky lights on it, and you dial it up, and so a page of text. So we think about like if your video that we're seeing now is kind of laggy, that we haven't got a problem with that, but this was back in the days when a page of text would scroll across the screen like one line at a time.
Yeah. Wow. See,
like man, it was slow.
When I got in, it was slow, like, and I was catching viruses from Napster, burning CDs.
That's right.
Straight up, bro. That was my first exposure to the internet. AOL and Napster, dog. That's all I cared about. Burning CDs.
Burning CDs.
Yeah, like AOL probably did more to create a CD market than anybody. They put out hundreds and thousands of those things.
Yeah,
Usually
bro.
like to the same people too. Get the
Yep.
same ones over and over again.
Yep. No, that's funny right there, bro. And
AOL
what else?
Instant Messenger.
Yeah, what else you got for us though, Jay? I know it's some craziness going on. We got to introduce some other time. We got to introduce Bobby to the oh my gosh, what's the device for the men? Lock them up.
What is it?
There's a okay. Well, we can tie that in. So there's a men's chastity belt. So there's a thing that you can lock up or I guess you wouldn't do it. It would be like your whoever can lock up your junk, and it's run. It's locked.
Bro.
Yeah, it's locked over the internet
on a smart device.
And nobody thought that this might be a problem.
Yeah.
And sure enough, so some people like we saw this way back in the early episodes. We said something about that this was a terrible idea.
Horrible
and sure enough, a few weeks later, sure enough, somebody's thing got locked.
Somebody hacked the male chastity devices, bro, and locked these guys up and made them pay ransom for it, bro.
Are you serious?
Okay, so you notice. That's right. So you notice I'm in the dark now. So we just found power's
lost your power again.
Oh man,
lost your power again.
I got mine, and you lost yours, bro. But at least you're still here, man.
Yep.
He got that. He's like Iron Man, dog. He's got battery packs and everything just coming out the woodwork. Can't kill this guy, dog. We don't want to kill him either.
Ain't found a way to kill me yet.
Yeah, bro. I was like Superman, Kryptonite. I'm gonna come back, but I might die for a little bit.
So another thing that happened recently that's pretty interesting, and I'll get to why it's interesting because you may not find it all that interesting. But some scientists, some biologists, actually it was some geologists, were taking a core sample beneath the Antarctic ice, or rather the Arctic ice.
Yeah.
So they bored down through this ice to get a sample of the mud and stuff on the bottom of the ocean, and they find like little marine organisms like sponges and little jellyfish type things down there where there's no sunlight. It's ice cold. Like they were totally surprised by this. And so the quote that I took away from this was, they said, never in a million years would we have thought about looking for this kind of life because we didn't think it would be there.
Yeah.
And so that's that's such a human statement, because how many times does that happen? We never would have thought about looking for this because we didn't think it would be there.
Hey,
and that was it just happened so often.
Yeah, and kind of on that same tip, man, did y'all see the story about that humpback whale that was found bitten in half? And supposedly that's the biggest animal on the planet, right?
Yeah.
And it was bitten in half, bro. This was last week. They found a humpback whale bitten in half on shore.
Do you like to swim in the ocean, Bobby? Do you swim in the ocean or scuba dive or anything like that?
I swim in the ocean plenty. It doesn't bother me. Man. But I'm not gonna be out like in the middle of the ocean swimming in the ocean. If it's in the beach, I'm good. But I'm not dude, that's something I've always researched prior to go, or ask like the locals, especially like when I was in Puerto Rico. I'd be like, "Hey man, y'all, we good on sharks here?" He'd be like, "Yeah, you're good." Like, so then I'd swim and not be worried about it. But if it was like I knew when we were down in Port St. Lucie, there'd be some shark attacks along that east coast of the Florida. No, I'm not getting in that water.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
That
I'll go.
thing sounds like some kind of ocean-going chupacabra or something. It's biting
Man.
whales in half.
I'm sure there's stuff
what?
that
Bro,
What's that?
I'm sure there's stuff in the ocean that still hasn't been discovered.
Exactly.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my
no
point,
doubt.
man. That's my point, man. Like we thought the humpback whale was the biggest, and it was bitten in half, bro. And I doubt it was by another humpback. That's all I'm saying. They got like straw teeth or something, don't they?
It could have been one of them little fish that's like got a small body but a big mouth.
Just
Yeah,
all the way around it, just sawing it off.
They eat like fish and plankton is what humpbacks will eat.
Man,
Yeah, I think that's right.
bro. That's
Yeah.
insane. Bobby, you go fishing a lot, bro?
I used to fish a lot when I played. I mean, especially during spring training. Me, Jeff Keppinger, Ryan Friel, God rest
Yeah.
his soul. When he played with Cincinnati,
Yeah.
he was a good buddy of mine, and we fished a lot, man. Since we get done with our workouts and stuff, we, on my ride, I'd, have my navigation, and we just drive around to all these little ponds you can see and just bass fish.
Nice.
I've
Nice.
never done any deep sea fishing stuff yet. So I've fished
Yeah.
off the coast of Corpus Christi once, but I've never been deep sea fishing. I think I'd like to do that at some point. But most of the time, man, I just always love just small pond bass fishing, man.
Nice. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
cool with fishing. I just don't like putting my bait on the hook, man. It's all good though. So I don't know how much y'all. I don't know how much y'all like going fishing.
If you're doing bass fishing, you just use all that plastic ware.
Yeah, see, I can do the plastic stuff, but it's that real life stuff, bro. Like I'd rather make a deal with you. Hey, I'll go get you a beer, dog. You know what I'm
You
saying?
put my guts on there.
Yeah, if you throw that worm on there, you throw that minnow or whatever it is, you know.
That's
But
funny.
but yeah, bro, no, that's not my thing, man. But yeah, any other cool, just like ridiculousness in tech you want to talk about, Jonas?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is one that I don't know that it's really new. It's definitely not new, but it's something I'd never really thought about before. And I kind of hate Mark's not here for this, but so we've talked about on this show. We've talked about stock markets.
Yeah.
We've talked about crypto markets. We've even talked about there being a market of like draft picks and player trades and free agents, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's another market that exists out there. It's kind of like in the shadows, maybe. That some people call the 0-day market. You know what a 0 day is?
No. When it's
So
0 degrees outside?
Well, we've had several 0 days here lately, right?
Yeah.
No, so a 0 day in this context is an exploit, a computer hack that has not been publicized before. That's never been nobody outside of whoever discovered it has heard of before.
Yeah.
And so it turns out, and I mean, this is one of those things that I kind of knew about because I've been in the world of computers and security and stuff for a long time.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how big this had gotten in the last few years.
It's
Seems
like
that governments,
market stuff.
yeah, governments and businesses are dropping millions on, paying for these 0 days, these exploits.
Wow.
To, random people. It used to be people did this as a hobby. Then there were security companies that were started, and a lot of them, to be fair, were very legitimate threat intelligence companies, they call them now, who were, very patriotic in many cases. But when the Soviet Union started falling apart, and now there was all these people who had started training on these things, and a lot of them had intelligence training, and a lot of them were connected with like the mafia and whatnot. And those people suddenly became free agents and needed income, as we all do. And next thing you know, there's, it's not just legit companies doing research and funneling this stuff to, back to the company that made the software or to the government for spy purposes, which I have, some ethical issues around anyway.
Yeah.
But beyond just that, now we've got these, it's just gone from being kind of a little bit Wild West to just completely loco, because there's people everywhere who are doing this, and
Everything's for sale.
right, and they're selling it to not just the U.S. government and not just major like Western governments that we would be friendly with, but they're selling it to to their own government, which may be maybe Russia, maybe China, maybe North Korea, but they're also just selling it to the highest bidder. So when we're seeing some of these things, like we talked about the issue where somebody had hacked into the water maintenance system in Florida. I mean, I don't know what the circumstances that were, obviously, because they're keeping a lid on that. But I mean, that type of situation could very well be the result of somebody saying, paying some money to get this, to get one of these 0 days and bop into some critical piece of infrastructure. I mean, right now, if there's a computer system, and there is, that's controlling the power systems, now would be a terrible time for somebody to get in and interfere with that, because there's enough problems already. Now, I happen to know that, for people who are worried about that right now, I happen to know firsthand that those systems, at least in a couple of states that are potentially affected by this stuff, are much more secure than it takes a lot to get into those, especially the critical pieces. But still, the potential is there, and this has gone from being something where people would play around with these things and it was kind of fun, and and you could kind of give the finger to Microsoft a little bit and say, hey, you guys charge so much for Windows, and we found this bug and stuff like that. Bro, I mean, it's serious. It's not just serious business. It's serious. Like it's a
business model for some people.
It's a business model, but it's a business model of it's not really, I don't want to call it violence, but it's is it not violence if you could potentially hurt or kill somebody? I mean, kind of is.
It's horrible, bro.
I mean, we're so dependent on this stuff.
Yeah, it's a back channel, bro. It's a back channel to some very critical information.
Yeah, exactly. Right? And
things that are supposed to be secret
right.
That's scary, bro.
And so, and as a lot of us have seen, we have these issues with power and water being, limiting factors, and we were chatting on text message before the show this morning about I said something stupid, but about the it seems like people think that that water faucet and the electrical outlet are magic, and that all you have to do is, whatever it is, you just plug it in there, it's just magically going to work. Like that power doesn't come from somewhere.
Yeah, it's a lot of elements that play into that stuff coming out and working properly.
There's a ton of when we talk about infrastructure, we think about wires and pipes, which is important, but that's just the visible part of it. What we what we as most civilian people walking the earth don't see is the water pumps and the generators that pump water up into those towers, and the electrical generating plants and all the stuff that goes, the steam turbines and
that's just the conduit for the product, right? That's just the conduit for the product at the end of the day.
Right. There's just a ton of hidden infrastructure there. This is all just super critical to keeping our lives going. Hey, like Bobby, I said, as we're seeing, because I'm halfway in the dark right now as a result.
Hey, Bobby, Jonas likes to scare the hell out of people, man. He scared the hell out of Ellis when he was on too. So I hope you ain't too scared right now.
No, dude, I'm well aware of stuff that goes on.
I'm not the one talking about whales getting bitten in half. Sea monsters and shit.
But I'm well aware of the stuff that goes on that is probably outside of our realm.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, man, you can only control what you can control. But yeah, some of this stuff, especially with, you know, people getting, yeah, I mean, it's a completely off topic, but, you know, people getting, you know, enriched uranium and not needing a bunch of it to do some
Right.
serious damage, you know.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I think people think like, you know, United States is, you know, got to worry about somebody launching a missile at us. Like, we need to be worried about something that can fit in a suitcase.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know what I mean?
Or
And
fit in a little test tube too.
yeah,
Yeah, or something
Yeah.
that can
Yeah,
fit in
that's
a room that can
crazy.
hack a computer and tap into something
yeah.
we
Yeah,
don't know
that's
about, right?
yeah. And so
Yeah,
that's
And
the
you know, I
that's
said
terrifying
I kind of
part of it.
yeah,
right. Yeah, I kind of talked a little bit ahead of myself, I guess, a while ago. You know, I have some problems with the way that certain elements of the government want to use our intelligence capabilities.
yeah.
That being said, the work that our United States intelligence community does, like, you don't want to know how much stuff that they prevent.
No,
You know, and I'm not saying
no,
that I do know, but I did used to have some contact there long years ago, and it was bad enough then. So if you
yeah.
think about how easy some of this stuff is to accomplish, you know, in theory, like, just think about how much work and how much effort and how much, you know, how many people are putting their lives on the line to prevent that stuff from ever getting to your awareness. There
Yeah,
he is.
What's up,
There,
man?
show. We can start the show now.
Yeah, man. Hey, we'll hit you with that Mario Winans, man. That I don't want to know, man. I don't want to know. Yeah, I
Right.
don't want to know, dog.
Right.
Some things I just do not want to know, bro. You know, but my young buck just came back in the building, and my lady's retrieving him now. So yeah, now we all good. Let me close this door again. But no, man, that was I guess we can conclude with that, man. You know, we running amok right now, but
We're
it's,
running amok.
yeah, it's been a great show, man. Very informative. Sucks that Mark had to take off, but I definitely understand he had to go pick up baby girl in these treacherous conditions outside, and it's not getting any better right now. But man, Bobby, always
it was
good.
great seeing. Yeah, it was great seeing you, man.
Yeah, great catching up with you, man. I got to get me one of them hats you got on. It's fresh, son.
I
Mr.
got you.
Pitchman, dog.
Yeah,
Super
I'll send
proud
some
of you,
out
bro.
to you. Thank you, buddy.
Right on. Super proud of you, bro. I think might be with them Tigers this summer, dog. So I might see you on that field one or two times, dog.
I'll be in Melissa, Texas, multiple times this year, especially during
Nice.
summer.
They got a beautiful complex out there, bro.
Oh,
Beautiful
dude,
complex.
yeah. I'll let you
Hey.
know when I'm coming out there. We'll also be in Dallas DFW area as well.
All right, cool. And hey, tell the people one more time where to find you, man. They didn't catch the first half.
Yeah, so it'll be BobbyLivingstonBaseball.com on Facebook, Bobby Livingston Baseball, Twitter, The Real Pitchman, Instagram, Bobby Livingston Baseball, and the other Facebook I have is BLPB Performance.
Nice.
At BLPB Performance on Facebook as well.
That's the man. 4 for 4 as a pitcher, baby. Got the Reds record book right now in the record books. Ain't going nowhere no time soon. It's been a pleasure, bro. Jonas,
Yes,
man, been great, man. Did it Zoom style this week, y'all.
Zoom style.
Yeah, thank y'all for joining us again for another great episode of Noonish, and we'll catch you next week, next Wednesday, around same time. Noonish, baby.
we never know what time it's gonna be. See ya. Nice to meet you, Bobby.
You too, buddy. Hope your power comes back on soon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all have a good one.
You too, Jay.
Hey, Ross, sauce it up. Whoa. I've been feeling the love, I've been feeling the vibe. I hope they can feel all the passion I put in it, and you see it in my eyes. Yeah. I'm coming up, you see the rise. So come out and play. I don't see the need to hide. I feel like I'm the last man standing.